Nation, someone number 32. Welcome back to Football Trends with me, OQB. Now, on today's video of 32, I do have some bad news, definitely, something that I think you guys will not be happy about. And also, we're going to be looking at, the situation of coach Nabi, despite everything else, because definitely there is something that is happening. Yes, we do not have the full details, but, there is certain things that you need to know of. But obviously, before we dive into all of those details, but please do make sure that you like the video, you subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, don't forget to click the bell notification so that next time when I post a new video, you will be notified and be able to watch that video. Now, guys, starting with, in the Baga, Luke Batman and also Asane Levelabaye, we were informed that, about the decision is supposed to be made as soon as possible, by the first, which was yesterday, when we played the game against the Mazulu FC. We should have been able to get the answer on what is happening, but now it's still changed. They took no, definitely the judgment or the verdict, we can expect it to be delivered by next week, which obviously next week is the following week, so we're still going to wait a bit longer, though Tiwa Umchita, who is is in charge, or is Umchita Lapana Hilton Epstein, I'm not too sure about the pronunciation, but Hilton Epstein is the man in charge of making that judgment. And then also we're just gonna have to wait for next week to Sibonoti, are the boys going to be able to play for us, or because we know how things go when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs. Everything is like there's a delay, there's a loop by Fara to no. Definitely whenever it's Kaizer Chiefs, make sure that things go a bit slower, because Kumbule, Captain Spurs, let us sign the players, and then what you guys are not going there because definitely you're still contracted to us. And this team, remember, we've spoken about it, and then was Kulumela, Alexi started to Kaizer just needs to compensate us, because at the end of the day, those are our development players. But according to the rules, it's not fair. It's the rules and the game. The players are free agents and they are free to choose, because when they're just thinking about the whole situation on their side of things, not thinking about the players' side of view, definitely. So that's where we are going next. We're going to be looking at Coach Nabi. By the way, I'm hoping we can be able to use Velabayi, because we do need him. I know Omodi is trying by all his means to make sure that he keeps the game, the consistency, and he's trying to make sure that because at the end of the day, with us Kaizer Chiefs fans, and when you mix or do a mistake, we don't even give you a chance. We just go straight and then which I feel like it's something that is wrong. But what can I say? Kaizer Chiefs fans, we use emotions a lot of the time. My emotions, even when I'm not supposed to use emotions to go on. So there are certain things that I tend to say, even though you can see the situation. Understand? Even yesterday, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who are mad because of Okanye Samayo, what happened. But if we did end up winning the game, I think a lot of you would not be as mad, because definitely will say, but at least this we need. But now things are worse because we did not even get maximum points. We just, got that 1 point, which you look at the game, Mangchekama stats, you can see Kaizer just had about 28 shots, Angaza, how many on target? Mazulu had about three shots. You understand? So it shows you that game was a game that we were supposed to destroy. But it did not happen like that. And I know a lot of us are blaming the players, but we have to go back, and try to understand But ever since we've had, even with the signings that we've made, we knew that not all of them are capable, not all of them are willing to take, that responsibility. But one thing I like about the players is the fact that they are trying. They are trying their best, and you can see clearly Utabachita Bayazama. Yes, I know Hugo Bruce today spoke about what the team did not do well for him. Well, there's nothing that is well than what we saw from that performance from Kaizer, just because so far they are the only team that has or is creating a lot of chances, even better than Sundowns this season. I can tell you that for sure. But unfortunately, Tina, we lack the finishing power. With Sundowns, they have the finishing power. Even 3XFC, they're trying their best to make sure they finish ngendlela, which will accommodate the situation now. But with us, we are still lacking that finishing power. And I think with time, if we do not rotate the squad and we keep the same players, definitely something is bound to happen, because Kaizer Chiefs Yazi by now they are not willing to sign any quality players, which they tend to say good bona for them are expensive. But you can see clearly certain teams are doing what Kaizer Chiefs is failing to do, because Tina, we rely solely on free agents. I don't know the reason why, but definitely, or maybe we're just trying to preserve the culture, even though the times have changed, things have changed. We are still focused to this is how we do business, and this is what we must do. You understand? So something. And then also moving to Coach Nazuddin Nabi Bafetu, as I've said, Coach Nazuddin Nabi, we know the situation, the way talks with Tubjita, is parting ways with Kaizer Chiefs. But to be honest, Kaizer Chiefs just wanted to fire this guy, and then came the problem, because now there's a lot of problems. The coach does not want to leave. Kaizer Chiefs does not want Coach Nabi there in the club. And I know I'm saying this, I know what happened, but we do get the sense that, okay, here's the Chiefs, definitely they wanted to fire this guy a long time ago. Unfortunately, the problem manje Ekona is the fact that they need to compensate him, because at the end of the day, you can't just say, no, let's just terminate his contract for nothing. You understand? Because maybe there's a lot that is happening. I feel like they're not moving in the same direction. Coach saying, no, guys, I want this. And then the team says, no, you can't have this. This is how we do it here at home. So it's either you work with what you have, or you just don't work at all, and then you leave us be, because Tina, this is our team. This is how we want to run things. And I feel like that is maybe part of the reasons why it is pushed to the fact that they ended up saying, no, Yazin, because we are not seeing eye to eye when it comes to this, position. Well, I might be wrong, but that's what I think actually in my mind, because no ways, this coach loves Kaizer Chiefs, and for that, I know we as fans have a huge role in making sure that the coach loves this team. And it makes sense. It's a big team. There's a lot of supporters, everywhere you go, left, right, and center. The coach felt loved, and definitely we were supporting the guy, and he exposed a lot of things about our management. It shows what our management is. As much as I would say Coach Nabi is arrogant, they are also arrogant in their own way. So definitely we loved him for that, because he made those challenges that Tina as fans were not being able to do. The frustrations. Kaizer just say about the problem. They need to sign that player, and then Kaizer just they don't sign that player, that specific player. They sign a different player. So now he could speak in terms of that and say, no, guys, this is not what I wanted. You understand? This is not what we need. This is what we need. Tina, as I'm a fans, we can see that problem, and then we can't be able to say, but when you speak about them and say those things, definitely he's taking the side of us, and it's helping us, to say, okay, at least our opinions are being heard, because there's no way that they're going to hear what we want as fans. Despite having, the best football and everything, we also need our goals. You can see definitely we're just not wanting effectively, okay, we need to play beautiful football only, but we need the goals. We need those fire shots. And the only people who are letting themselves down is the management, to be honest. It's the management, not us, not the coach, not the players, but the management themselves. So definitely. So now as I'm speaking with you, I do not know for sure if to Coach Nazuddin Nabi is being, or he's going to a different club. But what I do know is the fact that obviously with the contract termination, they need to compensate the guy. And yesterday or a few days ago, I saw he removed, his Kaizer Chiefs official bio lapana go Instagram, definitely removed those things that were written with the Kaizer Chiefs official coach. So definitely you can see with maybe, just maybe, in terms of the discussions, they are not coming to an agreement. So definitely it's highly possible we might no longer get to see him come back to Nashorena, despite us, because me, I said in Lame, I love that guy. I believe he's a great coach, and I'm sure wherever he's going to go, he will definitely succeed. Not to say what he is going to, perform poor because he's a bad coach. He's a great coach. The fact is, and it remains, things have changed. You can't hire a coach and not give him the level of what he needs to do. We've seen this with Coach Sead Ramovic wherever he is now. It's what he's doing, and that's exactly what we need to do, Tina. Not to say because it's our club we have to run everything. If that's the case, why should we not just take it ourselves and be the coaches ourselves and just run the club? Well, I don't know. You let me know what you think. Put it down in the comment section below. But I believe this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you with something new. Peace.